amazing, incredible, delicious, fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, bountiful coach you. Yes, you. Yes, you. And today I wanted to share with you something that actually, I don't know if this happens to you. It happens to me, and I'm not guiding this and making this happen, but something will pop up working with a coach. It'll be a topic, some kind of issue, theme, some type of lesson learned, something like that. And then later in the day, I talk with another coach and this pops up. And then I'm talking with a regular, normal client, and this pops up. And it's like something's in the theme. And so I guess it might be something that you should know about. You maybe already know about this, but I wanted to point this out to you because there's how many times? Like every time, your client comes to you with a problem, a dissatisfaction. I don't like what's happening here. I'm frustrated with this. I don't like that. And so we go into typical default modes. I'm going to give an example. And then you can vary this to whatever works for you. Let's look at the world of my job, right? You could swap out job for relationships, body, health, anything on Wheel of Life or any other aspect of our lives, friends, relationships, marriage, parenting, I guess, pretty much anything. We look at that level of satisfaction. How satisfied are you with it? How is it working for you? How do you like it? How do we can bring in the scale from 1 to 10, but we also look at where are you dissatisfied? Where is it not to your liking? Where are you unhappy? Where are you frustrated, stuck, empty, dry, unfulfilled, whatever words you want to use? It's really looking at what's the positive. Yay, we like this. What's the negative? We don't. Okay. So just as an example, just for clean language, so I don't say this 14 times, we'll just use job because this is a common example of how this shows up. And there's three options that you get to go with your client. Three different directions. Get clear. And there's only three basic directions. Within that, there are multiple variations of where you go, what you do, how you create, and all of that. So, three basic directions. Again, job as an example. Job. I'm not satisfied with my job. We can identify that, clarify that, what's unsatisfactory, what values are getting ignored or stepped on or dismissed or just completely violated, what strengths are being accessed and utilized, what values are being utilized, what desires and dreams, what goals, what expectations, and all that stuff. Is there a place for growth and discovery? Tons of ways we get to explore and clarify what is the satisfying or the desired and what is the unsatisfying or the undesired. Okay, so digging in, getting all that clarity, because the more specific language you have, the more detail you have in this, the more powerfully you get to move and work with your clients. So first thing is when your client is frustrated with something, they're stuck, they're empty, they're dry, they don't like, get really clear. What is it that they like and don't like about it? What is it that they're anticipating or expecting? What is it that we're dreading? What is the values? What values are being honored or dismissed? What fears are being triggered and activated or allayed? All of these things just come into play. More detail, more information. But invariably, and I'm going to trust that you know how to do that. If you don't, contact me, call me, I'm here to help you. But invariably, you end up having four options at your disposal. Four. The fourth one is keep it the way it is, which is unsatisfactory and undesirable, and that's not what they're coming to you for. So, as an example, I'm really frustrated and miserable at my job. It's not utilizing my strengths. I I feel I don't like the hours, the benefits, whatever it is. I don't like my job. Get more details. Why? What is it? What's missing? What's here? What's that? And so now we've got the, there is the option, well, stay in your job and just keep going the way you're going. And right, that's not what they're coming to you for. They don't need your help to keep things the way they are, especially when they're unsatisfactory and frustrating. They don't need your help with that. So that is a fourth option, but we're going to take that off the table because let's be honest, they don't need you for that. They need you for these other three. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky sometimes because we have a natural default direction. So I'm going to label these out and see if you notice, like, oh, that's where I would go. If you were not a coach, pretend for a moment you were not a coach and you were going to give them advice and tell them what you think they should do, and it would be one of these three. Okay, so just notice what urge pops up for you. Option number one is, we're going to, again, using the example of job, you could swap it out with family and health and friends and social and blah, 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 all that stuff. So option one, stay in the job, but what can you change in the job? What can you alter or add or incorporate? How can you shift, stay in the job, but shift it and alter it and make it more fulfilling? We do this kind of work with our clients, don't we? Right? We help them brainstorm and explore and discover their options and their perspectives of I have to stay here, or I really kind of want to stay here. I just want it better. So how do you stay in and make it better in the situation? Option number one. Option number two. How do you stay in and make everything around it fulfilling and satisfying and worthwhile? Consider sometimes you can't modify or change the job. You can't change your hours. You can't change your job function. You can't change this, you can't change that. And sometimes you can't get out. You just need to stay in the job because it's money, it's benefits, it's security, it's whatever. Maybe politics, I don't know. But maybe your client can't leave the job, but so they got to stay in the job and they can't change the job, but they can find things around the job that make this worthwhile. You know what? I make some pretty good money and I get my Tuesdays free and I can go and do whatever I want this way. Or, you know what? I'm able to cover my bills and I have a lovely home and I get to take care of my kids and they're secure and safe. You know what? I hate my job, but I get to do or have this. So that's option number two, is find what's around the issue or topic or problem that can allow the client to feel better about what they're doing. And it makes it all worthwhile. So that's second option. And the third, which I kind of already hinted to or suggested, is great, go elsewhere. Find fulfillment elsewhere. If your values are not being honored in your job, then go and find another job. All right. Now, notice, and I come across this, there's sort of a default that naturally occurs because we all have opinions. Especially as coaches, we're here to help our clients find and create fulfilling, wonderful lives. And so your natural inclination might be, well, then just go. Then just go find another job that's fulfilling. You deserve a fulfilling job. You deserve, you're entitled as a living, breathing human being to have your values. And my job as a coach is to help you create the life that you have and that's worth living. And so the easy fix is We're going to get you out of that job and into a great job. Not always the right way to go. You may have also an inclination or a tendency to lean towards, great, we're going to stay in the job because we're not going to have you quit the job, but we're going to work to make your job much more valuable, much more beneficial. We're going to change it from within. You know, what can you tell your boss? What can you bring in? How can you delegate? How can you bring offer and all that stuff? We can change the experience of the job. That's not always doable. So notice as a coach where your pull goes, and when we have a judgment or an opinion as where our client should go, but get more clear about their situation and circumstances, and you'll realize there is no magic answer. One of them is, we just don't know which one. So you can bring these options to your client anytime. You can. Because you're not telling your client where to go. You're presenting to your client their three different directions. You're walking down the street and you come to a crossroads with three different pathways that are all about client fulfillment in job or work fulfillment or career fulfillment. And you got three different pathways you can take. One is figure out how to make it work. Two is stay in it and figure out how to make the frustration and the whatever it is worthwhile. And the third pathway is find something new. And all of them are highly viable. But this is where that working in partnership with your client, you get to present their options. They get to choose which way to go. And that is how you get to step in fully and really start doing your coaching magic. You may already know this. I'm just laying it out in a little detail because we don't always recognize we always have 4 options. Because remember, the fourth is just keep it the same way. So this is also, even if you're doing like a sample session or a trying it out, this is where you get to bring in that little extra crisp value. Hey, you got 4 options with this problem, whatever problem they just dumped on you. You got 4 options. The last option, number 4, is stay the way it is. Do you want to keep doing that? Do you want to keep doing that? You can if you want. Keep it the way it is. In which case, I wish you good luck. Or we get to do any of the other 3 options that's not keep it the way it is. Right then, they're going to be interested. And now you get to offer them 3 general directions. We can work with you on helping you stay in your job, but make your job better, make your experience better. We can work with you if you need to stay in your job. We're still going to find ways to make it worthwhile so that it's okay that you're still in the job that's frustrating. And maybe it's time for a career change. Maybe it's time for a new direction and a new something. And again, remember, you can swap out job with anything. 4 options, actually 3. Practice, play it, enjoy it, and keep coming back for more because I will see you with more on the next one. And until then, oh, by the way, you have 3 options. You have 3 options. You could not come and watch any more videos. You could come and watch more videos. I don't know what the third one is, but I'm sure there's a third one. And until that time, I will wish you happy, happy, wonderful coaching.